Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We are today flying the QualityWings Avro RJ85. We are at the Umeå airport flying to Seinäjoki. We're donning the blue 1 livery, which we had in an earlier video. I think it was a domestic Finnish, or it's a SAS group company, but it flew domestically within Finland, so we're actually breaking a bit of that by doing this cross-border flight from Umeå to Seinäjoki. But I thought it would be a fun flight. We have two nice freeware airports, one for Umeå, because there isn't a payware option, and then one for Seinäjoki. What else? That could be good to mention. Yeah, this QualityWings add-on is pretty old. I use it for the Avro, because it's the only one available in any sim, I think, the Avro version, until the Just Flight one is released for Microsoft Flight Sim. I do use the Just Flight one though for the 100 to 300 146 version, so I'm gonna have a video with that one as well. Anything else? Pretty nice looking from the outside. You can see its age a bit, but it looks nice. I think the only thing I'm reacting on is maybe the nose is a bit pointy, but that's maybe the only thing. Could also be that's how it looks in real life, but if I'm just comparing to the Just Flight version. In terms of the inside, pretty good. Most things are modeled, apart from the weather radar, where you have to put in like a 2D version. Let me see, you also have some of the exterior model from the interior, which is always nice. I don't think there's a cabin from the interior though, but you can see the engines are there. Let's have a look actually if there's a cabin. It doesn't seem to be, unfortunately. But I think there's something at least modeled from the interior. Let me just have a look. Oh, look at that. Yeah, pretty nice interior with passengers. So at least you can see those. But yeah, so we're doing this flight, normal sim brief, Pilot2ADC, flight launchers sim brief, and we'll use Pilot2ADC for ATC. And oh yeah, one thing that will be different, since I'm a bit sick, you can probably hear it in my voice, I will actually mute myself, so I'll be most of the flight I'll be silent, but I'll try to jump in at certain points so you can see what or get some input. But thank you for watching and hope you'll enjoy this video. some things I remember now. There's no rain effects on the windows. That's a good thing to be aware of. You could also notice there was no test sound for the engines, and so there's something like most buttons are clickable. We'll notice that some aren't, but most work quite well, and you'll have like panel lighting and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I would say that this is like just below a high fidelity aircraft, so like the Hall of very good. But yeah, I'll just continue here setting up the aircraft, doing the loading and stuff. I don't think it doesn't have a load manager, and I think I forgot to actually put in the payload. Or it does have a load manager, but it's outside the sim. I don't think it works to do it afterwards. But let's see. Another nice thing to actually mention is that you have the nice CRT screens with the Avro, right? So it's like the updated version of the VA146. And you have the MCDUs that are a bit updated, so that's actually pretty cool. Just wanted to mention that so I don't forget. Going back into my silence now.
board, this is your flight attendant speaking. At this time, please be sure to make sure all large carry-on items are in the overhead bins and your small items are underneath the seat in front of you. If you have any trouble or need any assistance, please don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know and we would be happy to help you. If the overhead bin is full after you put your carry-on inside of it, please close the bin as a courtesy to other passengers. Once all your items are put away, please clear the aisle and sit down in your seat to allow other passengers to find their seats as well. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the safety card in the seat back in front of you. Please make sure you are willing and able to perform the actions required. If you are not able or prefer not to perform these actions, please let a flight attendant know so you can be reseated. Now's the time to get out any last-minute text messages if you need to, but we ask that once you depart from the gate, you put away any laptops or tablets. Thank you, and welcome aboard.
Okay, I'm gonna jump back in because I'm gonna have to talk to ATC. Or I think so at least, let's see. No assigned frequency though, so that's a bit odd. 121. 77. There we go, now they should be the active one. Blue 4003, ready to copy IFR clearance. No. God, I gave the wrong one. Blue 4003, ready to copy IFR clearance. There we go. As you can see, there's some limitations, right? These two are connected. Couldn't really fill in everything. Some things were automatic, which makes sense. You do though have here kind of the information you need, right, to put the right settings.
Climb and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect
I'll
higher
close that for
clearance
now.
is 2 minutes after departure.
Well, that's the
Squawk
thrust
6162.
performance system.
Altimeter is 29907 Blue 4003.
And I think that's our boarding done. Let's close all doors. Blue 4003, ready for pushback.
Pushback approved Blue
And what we'll do
4003.
is we'll start the APU.
462. Our flight time will be roughly 2 hours. Now that the
Start
cabin
there and
doors
then you
are
have the
closed,
APU
please
jump.
make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray
I'm also
tables
going to ask
and seat
taxi
backs are in
clearance, so
full
we have
upright
that.
and locked position for
Blue
departure. Flight attendants,
4003,
please
ready to
prepare cabin for
taxi.
departure and cross-check.
Taxi
Perfect.
to runway
I'll
32
go.
Blue 4003.
I'll mute myself now until takeoff at least.
Ground cockpit. The cabin is connecting now, so we'll be pushing back in just a couple of minutes. Confirm parking brake. Set please. Plug is in position and bypass pin is inserted. Ready to push. Locking the gear now.
Too low, flaps. Too low, flaps.
Apron is clear. Release
Too low,
parking brake.
flaps. Too low, flaps.
Apron is clear. Release parking brake. Pushing now. Clear for engine start.
I just gotta chime in. I think that warning sign came because it raised our nose that much, right? Funny stuff. I'll start the engines now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Every day, thousands of people fly with Scandinavian Airlines. We want to get you to your destination with comfort and safety. So please pay attention to this important message. Always make sure your hand baggage isn't blocking the aisles or exits. It should be put under the seat in front of you or in an overhead locker. Whenever the seatbelt sign is on, please fasten your seatbelt securely by inserting the metal tag into the buckle. Portable electronic equipment may interfere with the aircraft systems. All electronic equipment must be switched off for taxiing, takeoff and landing, and whenever the fasten seatbelt sign is on. All exit flags and not smoking. Smoking in all areas of the aircraft, including the lavatories, is strictly forbidden. The cabin air system should fail.
Too low,
Oxygen masks
flaps.
will be released from the panel just above your seat.
Too low, flaps.
Your head. Fasten the strap around your waist, fasten the buckle, and tighten the strap.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect. Unlocking the gear.
Inflate the life vest by moving the rim tabs, but remember
ready for departure.
As you can see, there's some bugs, some of these knobs disappearing when you turn on the lights, but minor issue. I just thought I would turn them on so you can see a bit better. So we're kind of set up and ready to go now. Don't think there is a auto brake. I think we have our V1 and V2 speeds. The only thing I'm wondering is where do you insert those speeds? If you can't do it here. And in that case, well, I guess you just have to keep them on memory, I guess. Oh, look at that, at least this test works, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna release parking brakes. Just have a quick look on the outside. Looks good, looks like we're set up nicely. I'll have the mic on till I've asked for taxi clear or takeoff clearance. Seems to work nicely. Hopefully I didn't forget anything on these panels. A bit of a fast taxi. I guess those 4 engines really speed things up. But yeah, they do look really nice. Let me turn a bit here. I don't think we can taxi. No, you have to taxi with the runaway. It was a while since I was up here in Umeå in real life. Let's see. I think the flaps are now set, so it should be fine. Blue 4003, ready for takeoff. Yeah. Okay, good.
Takeoff at pilot discretion. Contact tower on 118.07. Have a good flight.
Perfect.
Wilco Blue
I'll mute myself now.
4003 tower on
At least for a while again.
118.07 Blue 4003. Tower Blue 4003 at 4,000 feet. Contact tower on 118.07 Blue 4003. Tower Blue 4003 at 4,000 feet. Blue 4003 request climb to flight level 130.
Yeah, no clue what's going on with Prepar3d now. I think I'm just gonna say bye bye to them. We'll try the VNav on this. Maybe it's just an advisory one. Let me see. Oh yeah, it doesn't really give any. We don't have. We haven't set it up properly, right? So let's not use VNav. No clue about this. Because we're now at Rosmo, right? So it's the problem that we haven't set our next waypoint. Let me have a look. Now we do have Lumpy selected, so what's going on? Not on intercept heading. Yeah, that's... Oh yeah, we are following Lumpy, that's good. But let's just have that for now set in. I might have to find another waypoint since I doubt Prepar3d will be of much help, unfortunately. Or at least hear them in the background. But that will likely be the extent of their assistance. I'll put this to standard as well. The altimeter. Let's have a look. I think SimBrief usually has... can show you the waypoints pretty nicely, right? Sorry about that. Let's see. Waypoints in Seinäjoki, because we need one that's gets us in a nice kind of turn. Jokip might be the one we're looking for. Like that, I'm thinking. Let's have a look. That should get us into a nice turn. Hopefully, at least. And let's try to follow the top of descent here. I do have some charts for Seinäjoki, part of the freeware one, so should be able to land based on these ones. Here we have ILS. Do we have another ILS? Y, perfect. So that's pretty good. I'll go on mute now for a while again.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move about the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you use it in case of unexpected turbulence. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 2,000 feet. You may turn on larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight. Do not form a line near the lavatory.
Contact tower on 118.07 Blue 4003.
Gonna jump back in quickly. As you can see, we're flying now over Finland. The idea, I think, is to build a bridge from here to Sweden because it's so close. So let's see what happens in that regard. That would be really nice. But yeah, other than that, we are going quite well, apart from Prepar3d not working as intended. Probably me who hasn't read all of the details, but still a bit annoying. We'll soon have to start our descent, and we'll be going down to 2,000 feet. So I'll just try to follow this one. We have about 133 as our VREF, which makes sense. We'll use flaps full. This is just kind of an indication of the speeds you would have, right? But works quite well. I think here actually is where you can set some of these V speeds, right? So that was a bit of a miss from my point of view. I should also have had it on climb when we were climbing, but I forgot about that, unfortunately. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy the continuation of this flight. I don't think there's too much to add. It's worked quite well. Nice to hand fly. You know, some things that you notice, like it's old, but it was like really high fidelity when it was released, if I'm not mistaken. I know a lot of people still like this plane, and it is still one of my favorite planes. Like if you take it into account when it was released, in that sense, it's probably one of the best releases in flight sim, specifically with the price as well. It's only like 15 euro or 15 USD, so really cheap. But yeah, let me go on mute, and I'll try to remember to put it on around landing.
now turned on, so it is time to return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt. We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
I'm gonna put on my mic now because I'm gonna forget it otherwise. First things first, what I'll do is just put on the landing lights. I forget to put those on, but the runway exit lights, fasten seatbelt signs should be on as well. And let's see, and then we'll need to make a turn to the left. It's kind of abruptly following right now the flight plan. It's a bit hard to see when you can't see the turns, right? Or to plan ahead, so to speak. We can add a bit of speed brakes. As you can see, it's on the back with this one. Quite interesting solution. Sorry about that, guys.
Radio altimeter.
And we should also put our altimeter to the right setting, 150 and right. We can arm the approach as well. Let's see how that will go. We should be around 2000 at PSI. Now we can really turn down the speed to 170. Now we're at 2 and 5, so I'm gonna go to flaps 18, sorry. And then let me see if we're getting this localizer. Should be on. I don't think you need to set anything else. So let's see. We're still following the nav. There we can see the airport. We can do a visual approach actually. My controls. I'm also gonna disconnect the autopilot.
Checklist. Down in 3 green.
Going flaps full now.
Flaps 33.
Empty eyes.
Off.
Landing lights.
On.
Landing checklist complete.
Okay, landing checklist complete. Let's add a bit more thrust. Could have been that I forgot to add something with the approach, right?
1000.
Or maybe that the ILS hasn't been updated actually in game. But it does look to be correct. Let's add a bit of thrust. I don't want us to go too slowly, even though we seem to have quite a bit of... because we aren't that heavy, right? So there we have Seinäjoki Airport. Gonna trim it out a bit, wanna make sure we land with the back
Approaching
wheels
Boston at
first.
night. Minimums.
Continue. The puppies are looking good. Yeah, adding a bit more thrust. Just making sure we don't go too low. This one has quite a low landing speed though.
300.
So that's good to remember. Okay, 300. We'll be landing a bit away from the threshold unfortunately, but we should be fine. As long as we can stop on time. Yeah. Yeah, we had sufficient runway. Let's make sure everything's looking okay. Then we'll turn.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is
we
also
have
a pretty
reached our
nice
destination. The
freeware
local time
airport.
is 12:15 p.m.
I
and
think you
it's
can find it
currently
online
about
by just
9
googling
degrees
Seinäjoki
Celsius.
P3D
You can now use your
or
mobile
yeah, I
device.
think it's P3D or FSX freeware airport. It worked quite smoothly. The only thing I did was disable the photo reel so we would mesh a bit better with the surrounding scenery. As you can see, there's still some small issues, right, with the airport looking a bit. So maybe actually you do want to have that photo reel from the scenery developer itself, but I'll have to have a look at that. Which one looks better? Because this is kind of the base P3D runway. It's always a bit with some of these airports that aren't like totally made for P3D version 5, is that you have to kind of, you give some and you take some, right? If you want to mesh with the surroundings, you remove the photo reel file. Worst case scenario, the photo reel file is the basis for the the runway and all that texture, and then you are a bit screwed in that sense. But yeah, let's remove the flight directors. We can start the APU as well. Fortunately, we didn't have any working pilot to ADC though, so that was a bit sad, but could be worse. Okay, I'm gonna turn in here. Then I'm just gonna park at one of the gates. Hopefully the APU should soon be functioning. Yeah, we have it available now, so I'll start. Oh, we never did the galley power, but yeah, okay, minor miss. As you can see, not really any proper gates, but just kind of these parking places. It's a small airport, right? I've never been to this airport in real life. It's probably just really tiny planes that fly this route. I never guess it's from Helsinki to Seinäjoki, not from Umeå. I doubt that. Maybe Vasa Umeå could be a thing, but yeah, not Seinäjoki. I doubt that. We're almost quite nicely on the middle. I'm just gonna stop. He wants us to go forward. They always want us to overshoot, so I'm just gonna park my brakes here. And then I'll start shutting the engines. Engine 4, engine 3, engine 2, engine 1. There we go. Now I'm just gonna take care of some Pack X stuff so we can see the landing rate. So let's open Pack X. We'll have to do seatbelt signs off. And then I think open one of the doors. The main one should do the trick. Deboarding and flight 147. Pretty good landing. 100%. I don't think I've ever gotten that with a flight, but gotta be a first. Need to also check a ILS thing. Could be that there's another frequency here. No, I had the right frequency. Could then have been that I didn't set it up properly. I mean, we did come from pretty like a steep angle, right? Luckily we saw the airport in time. Okay, let me show you the landing itself. Hopefully not be too far back. Maybe around 300 sec should do the trick. There we go. So as you can see, we have quite a nice approach. Quite stable. We should have crabbed a bit to the right, I think. We're a bit high, like tiny bit high. Then I start flaring because I don't want to hit the nose wheel, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a landing with the nose wheel. Nah, okay, that was pretty okay. So the back wheels hit first. There we got the speed brakes. So yeah, pretty nice. And that's a bit more extensive speed brakes than just the one at the back, right? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video even though I didn't talk that much. It is a great aircraft, this one, and as of now the only Avro available in Flight Sim that's at somewhat high level until the Just Flight one is released for Microsoft Flight Sim. But yeah, it's a really fun one, an old school one that's held up well over the years. I mean, good texture, everything, nice with the cabin from the exterior view and that sort of stuff. So yeah, and the price is really good, right? It's really cheap, so I can thoroughly recommend it. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this shorter video. Have a good rest of the day. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to provide them. And otherwise, goodbye.